The Red Sea's southern coast is now the stage for a new geopolitical drama, where ancient trade routes and modern ambitions collide. This narrow stretch of water, long a crossroads of empires and commerce, is once again drawing the world's attention. Two ports, Assab in Eritrea and Berbera in Somaliland, are at the heart of Ethiopia's quest for a gateway to the sea. Ethiopia, landlocked and home to over 120 million people, urgently needs reliable ocean access. The stakes are high, as the country's economic future and regional influence depend on securing a dependable maritime outlet. This isn't just about trade, it's a high-stakes contest that could reshape the Horn of Africa. Assab, once Ethiopia's main port, is a relic of a turbulent past, now re-emerging as Eritrea opens up. The port's history is marked by conflict and shifting borders, but today, it stands as a potential bridge to renewed cooperation, or renewed rivalry. Berbera, transformed by UAE investment, is a symbol of Somaliland's ambitions and modernity. Its state-of-the-art facilities and strategic location have made it a rising star in regional logistics. Ethiopia's choice between these ports is a test of national pride, economic necessity, and regional alliances, with each option carrying its own risks and rewards. Leaders in Asmara and Hargeisa are vying to offer the ultimate solution to Ethiopia's predicament. Their negotiations and rival proposals are watched closely by regional powers and global investors alike. The outcome will shape trade, alliances, and the balance of power for generations. The world is watching as Ethiopia weighs its options, knowing that its decision could redefine the future of the Horn of Africa. The Horn of Africa juts into the Arabian Sea, guarding the Bab el-Mandeb Strait, one of the world's most vital maritime choke points. Control of these coasts has always meant power, attracting empires and superpowers alike. Today, the Red Sea is a strategic arena for military and economic influence. Djibouti hosts bases for the US, China, France, and Japan, all vying for access and leverage. For local nations, this geography is both opportunity and vulnerability. Colonial borders and ethnic divides have fueled instability, most notably the war that left Ethiopia landlocked in 1993. The loss of sea access has driven Ethiopia's politics for decades, fueling its urgent search for a port. The contest over Assab and Berbera is about more than infrastructure. It's about identity, sovereignty, and the future. The struggle for control of these gateways is fiercer than ever. Assab was once Ethiopia's main artery to the sea, a vital lifeline connecting the landlocked nation to global trade routes and international markets. The port was bustling with trade and industry, its docks alive with workers, ships, and the constant movement of goods. But after Eritrea's independence in 1993, Ethiopia lost its entire coastline, suddenly cut off from the Red Sea and the world beyond. Assab fell silent following renewed conflict, its once busy piers left deserted as tensions escalated between the two neighbors. For over 2 decades the port became a ghost town, cranes idle, warehouses empty, and the hum of commerce replaced by silence. Now, as Eritrea re-emerges on the regional stage, Assab is back on the table as a potential gateway for trade and cooperation. Its deep-water harbor and existing infrastructure make it a tempting option for Ethiopia, which is eager to regain access to the sea. For Eritrea, reopening Assab could generate much-needed revenue, create jobs, and restore its regional relevance as a maritime hub. For Ethiopia, it's the most direct and cost-effective route to the sea, but the path is fraught with political risk and uncertainty. Decades of mistrust and conflict mean any deal would require delicate negotiations over sovereignty, security, and mutual benefit. Ethiopia is wary of relying on a volatile neighbor, knowing that political shifts could threaten its access at any time. Assab's revival is possible, but its future is clouded by history, suspicion, and the scars of past wars. The port's fate hinges on whether old enemies can build new trust and forge a partnership that benefits both sides. The stakes are high for both nations, and the world is watching to see if Assab can once again become a symbol of connection rather than division. While Assab stagnated, Berbera underwent a dramatic transformation. Backed by DP World and massive UAE investment, Berbera is now a state-of-the-art port. The Berbera Corridor, funded by the UAE and UK, links the port directly to Ethiopia, promising efficient trade. For Ethiopia, Berbera offers a modern, reliable alternative through a stable partner. For Somaliland, the port is a cornerstone of its quest for international recognition. Berbera's development is a bold statement. Somaliland is open for business and ready for the world stage. The port's success could shift regional dynamics and strengthen Somaliland's case for sovereignty. Berbera is more than a port, it's a symbol of ambition and a new regional order. The race for Ethiopia's business has never been closer. Ethiopia's landlocked status is a constant strain, economically and psychologically, dependent on Djibouti for over 95% of its trade. Ethiopia pays billions in fees and faces a strategic bottleneck. Any disruption to this single corridor threatens the entire economy. Diversifying sea access is a national security imperative. The loss of a coastline is seen as a historical injustice, fueling nationalist sentiment. Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed frames the search for a port as a matter of national destiny. Ethiopia's urgency drives its foreign policy, making Assab and Berbera focal points. Assab offers history and proximity. Berbera promises modernity and new alliances. The choice is about more than logistics. It's about Ethiopia's future and identity. The pressure to decide is mounting. The Assab Berbera rivalry is shaped by powerful outside interests. The UAE's investment in Berbera is part of a broader push for influence across the Red Sea. The UAE also used Assab for military operations, showing its pragmatic approach. Saudi Arabia seeks stability and counters rivals, like Iran and Turkey, mediating regional disputes. Egypt, wary of Ethiopia's growing power, watches closely due to Nile water security. China has built key infrastructure, while the US and Europe focus on security and counter-terrorism. Every move by Ethiopia, Eritrea, or Somaliland is weighed against these global interests. An Ethiopian deal for Assab could please some powers, but alarm others. A Berbera partnership strengthens the UAE, but risks angering Somalia. The Horn's ports are at the center of a high-stakes geopolitical chess game. Ethiopia stands at a crossroads, and its decision will shape not only its own destiny, but the future of the entire Horn of Africa. The stakes are high, and the world is watching closely as the country weighs its options. Choosing Assab could heal old wounds and create a new axis with Eritrea, opening the door to reconciliation after decades of tension. Yet trust between the two nations remains fragile, and the path forward is uncertain. Berbera, on the other hand, offers modern infrastructure and the promise of economic diversification, but this choice risks diplomatic fallout with Somalia, potentially straining already delicate regional relationships. Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed faces a daunting challenge. He must balance Ethiopia's urgent economic needs with the significant political risks that come with either decision, all while maintaining stability at home. He could attempt to leverage both ports, seeking to maximize Ethiopia's access to the sea. But this strategy demands deft diplomacy and careful negotiation in a region known for its volatility and shifting alliances. The urgency of Ethiopia's quest for reliable port access has heightened regional tensions and raised expectations among its people, as well as its neighbors. The showdown between Assab and Berbera is more than a logistical choice. It is a test of whether old enemies can find common ground, and whether new partnerships can be forged without igniting fresh conflict. The answer to this dilemma will determine whether the region moves toward shared prosperity, greater integration and peace, or slips back into renewed rivalry and division. The world's eyes are fixed on Ethiopia as it prepares to make a historic move, one that could set a precedent for the entire continent. The decision Ethiopia makes will echo far beyond the docks, shaping not just its own future, but the trajectory of Africa as a whole for years to come. The ships in the Red Sea await Ethiopia's call, as the next chapter in the region's story is about to unfold.